Hi, everybody. I'm here with Lily Childress, and we are going to talk about Ants on Strike from Finger Fitness Etudes. This is a really fun etude to play. It's in 6/8, and it's really good for learning 6/8 the first time. But I do want to introduce our guest today, Lily Childress. She is just turned 13. Her birthday was the day before mine on January 27th, which is also the birthday of Mozart, and she knows that. She's very well aware of that. But Lily, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
How does it feel to be 13?
Old.
Old? Oh, you're so young. But Lily's, we aren't going to get a visual on Lily because she is 13 and we are, respecting that. But anyway, we're going to chit chat a little bit about Ants on Strike and maybe talk about a few of the things that Lily and I did for her to practice it and learn counting in 6/8 and playing the style. Um, what is what is the main thing, Lily, that we have done to get this rhythm really figured out?
We subdivided a lot of the larger notes. That really helped.
Yes, and I love subdividing. So, for instance, at the very beginning, let me share screen so everybody can see this. All right, so now we're looking at the first little bit of the etude. So this first dotted A, if you want to really make sure your rhythm is in check, you can tongue 3/8 notes for that. And then you play down here, and then you play 3/8 notes again for the open G, for the F. And when you get down to the E, you could tongue 6/8 notes. And then as you work on this agitated section, you could tongue 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. So every time there's a note value larger than an eighth note, you can subdivide that to make sure you are staying on track with your counting. And once you feel like you've got it, then you can take those subdivisions away, practice with the metronome and double check that. You can have the metronome do the subdividing for you. But that is really helpful. And it's really especially helpful down here in this bravely section, right, Lily?
Yes.
Yeah, because this tied note was real tricky when she was first learning that. So that'll really help with the ties also. So, another little bit of information about Lily. So, she's in 7th grade. This is her second year to play the clarinet. And part of the reason why this etude was dedicated to her is because it's in 6/8, and I wanted her to learn 6/8. So, that was a big part of that. And it's just cute and bouncy, and Lily's just so light and carefree, and it just kind of made me think about her. So that's why this one was chosen for her. And she's done a really good job learning it. So that's really nice. And now the solo that we've chosen for her to play this year is in 6/8. So all of that work we did on this etude is carrying over to her solo this year. Well, Lily, do you have any parts of this that are especially your favorite part?
My favorite part is the measure right before 19.
Oh,
That
this.
section.
Ah, I like that section too. I like the decrescendo and then this dramatic crescendo that leads to this fortissimo. That's really fun to play. Um, okay, cool. So I want to talk a little bit about these accents. So Michelle Zukovsky, who was principal clarinet of the LA Philharmonic for, I think it was 54 years, and she retired a few years ago. She was my primary editor on this book, and I was really trying to figure out how to handle this rhythm and get the right style. So at first, I just had these rhythms and some kind of note up here, like play bouncy or short or something like that. And I was really concerned. I wanted to make sure that people didn't play that too long because I wanted that style to be really short. So I wanted it to bounce like that. So I actually sent her a series of accent examples, which was really funny. So I'll show that so you can see that. So here's the sheet that I sent to her. So accent type number 1 up here, and then accent type number 2, and then accent type number 3. And what was really funny about this whole conversation with her is, we were talking about, the ants are angry, and the music should be really exaggerated. Let's find some really dark accents that seem really dramatic, so that they know instantly that the ants are not happy with their situation. So she told me pick accent number one. And what she had said was, ants are angry. I would use the first one, grasshopper jealousy. So I just thought that was cute. Okay, so now we're looking back at the finished product with these kinds of accents on all of the notes. So think about those accents just being really strong and having a lot of purpose for every single note, and then you'll get the style just right. I'm sure you can tell this is a little bit of a take on the Ants Go Marching. So it has that sort of feel to it, but it has a variation to it as well. I'll play just a little bit of it so everybody can get an idea of the style. And then, of course, later today I'll record a full take. And then I'll be looking forward to hearing everybody's versions of this, any kind of styles, and if you want to add a few little notes here and there to make it your signature version, feel free to do that. I'm all for creativity, and any ideas that you have and that you want to share. All right, so that's just a little taste. Another important thing to know about Ants on Strike is there is a low C version. So turn to page 46 in the back of your book and you will see that version, and I will show you. So the main thing that goes down into the low range is that middle section. So you can see this little finger twister here that's going to really keep you busy in those low auxiliary keys. Be sure to check out Michael Lowenstern's video that he did on Ants on Strike. I will be sure to include that link with our video, so check that out. He talks about all the different options and what you need to do with your fingers and the different bass clarinet key systems that make your fingering choices different depending on what key system you have. So Lily, let's talk a little bit about just kind of music and what you like about music, or what do you like about the clarinet? Can you share a little bit with us?
My favorite part of playing the clarinet is the range. I love how I can play really low notes and really high notes and just have that kind of balance.
Yeah, the clarinet is so versatile. I mean, in an orchestra setting, we might get paired with some cellos for one part, and then we might get paired with like second bassoon for another part, and then we might be matching first flute and playing really high for another part. So I love that part about the clarinet too, how versatile it is. And Lily has been working on a full chromatic scale. How high have we gotten? Have we gotten all the way to high G yet?
What's high G?
That's the one, because so we've done high C, C sharp, D.
We've gone up more, and then it's like the top middle finger.
So that one's F sharp.
F sharp, yeah.
Have we added the two fingers here for high G yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. But we're definitely working on pushing the range. She's pretty comfortable going up and down. And that's one of the first big things I do when I'm working with young students. Pretty much towards the end of their 6th grade year, they can do at least a 3-octave chromatic scale, and then we start working on expanding that to higher and higher notes. Anything you want to share about band, or what you like about band?
My favorite part of band is that my band teacher, he tells me to help other clarinet students while he's working with like the trumpets. Like I help them know note names and like what the fingering is.
That's really handy. And you come from kind of a smaller band program, so it's really nice that you have that leadership role to help others. Do you like, having that responsibility?
I do, but then it's kind of awkward when I didn't know the note.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Can you show them how to do that?" And I was like, "I, I don't know that note, but sure."
That's funny. And it's okay if you don't know. You know, I always say, like, if you get to a point when someone's asking you, like, a series of questions and then you get to one that you just don't know the answer, it's okay to say, I don't know. I think a lot of people get freaked out when they don't know an answer. And what you can say is, you know, I don't know that one, but I know exactly where I can look to get the answer, or I know exactly who I could contact to get the answer. Let me get back to you, right? So at least you can have that kind of an answer. I use that all the time. Thank you everybody for listening to this little chat. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments and I will take a minute to look at those and answer any questions that you have. I look forward to hearing your submissions this week, and I wanted to thank Lily so much for being here and talking with me, and I really appreciate that you did that. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. All right, bye everybody.